So, hello everyone. So, because of the problem that we had on the lecture, our projector was not working, so I decided to make a video about the whole demo that I wanted to show you on lecture, which is a calculator and the overall information about the Android Studio and running your project and all the information, all the introduction to the Android Studio I will show you on this video. Okay, so when you open the Android Studio, on the left side you will have all of your projects listed here. Okay, on the right side you have some options about creating a new project or opening existing project and doing some other stuff like importing from other environments, etc. Okay, so we will choose this one, start a new Android Studio project, because we want to start from scratch. Okay, and then you want to choose your activity. Okay, every time just choose empty activity, because the others will put you some extra stuff that we don't want. Okay, so choose empty activity, go to next. Okay, and then you'll give your project name. Okay, we will name it first ever second. Okay. Alright, so our package name is like this. If you want to save to different location, you can change this one. And default language will be Java, not Kotlin. Okay, and then choose the minimum API level. I personally always choose 5 Lollipop. I don't know, 5.0 or 5.1, doesn't matter. Okay, you can actually choose whatever you want, but the main thing that you just want to pay attention to this number, because you want to capture all of the devices, okay, which is really important. Okay, so choose this one and then just click finish. Okay, so if you click finish, it will build the project for you. It will do some extra stuffs. Okay, build completely. Okay, indexing resources, it builds all the stuff. Okay, so we have it has opened the two files, activity main XML and the main activity.java. Okay, I have already explained the structure of the project here. So manifest is like the file that contains all the information and the settings of your project. Main activity is a Java class. Res folder contains the folders where you can store the images, layouts, icons, values, and etc. I've already explained all of this. If you forgot, you can check out on the lecture slides, which will be uploaded with this video, I think. Okay, so let's jump right into the demo. So we would want to make the calculator, because this is what your homework will be. So, but before doing this one, you might want to go to the activity main.xml and go to the mode text mode. Okay, and here you would want to change this constraint layout to linear layout, because linear layout is more commonly used here. Okay, and then just get rid of this one for now. Okay, so what about linear layout? Linear layout is just kind of a container that just sets a rule for the components, sets the rule for the components that draws it from top to bottom or from left to right. Okay, depending on the orientation that you give. For example, if I give the orientation, I don't know, vertical, it will make the rule like from top to bottom, right? But if you make it horizontal, it will put like from left to right. So this is the difference. Okay, we would want to make it vertical, right? So go to design, and then next thing you want to do, you want to go to text. Since this is a calculator, we want to have the display where our numbers will be displayed. So we want to have a text view here. So put the text view. Okay, but our text view is a little bit small, so we want to just stretch this out. Oh, okay, I think it's just made it full screen, but we want to change this like this. For example, let's change it to 30 density pixel. No, it doesn't change. Ah, it did change, right? Yeah, it did change. Okay, so let's change the size of the text view here. So how to do this one? Again, you can do it with the here attribute section here. So you want to choose your component and then go to attributes, and here all the options will be listed for you, and you can change it here. But I personally prefer to go to the text mode and then change it here, okay? Because I think this is more maybe convenient, or maybe just my preference. Okay, text size, let's make it 25 density pixel. Go to design. Okay, our text view is just a little bit bigger now. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, text view size is like this. And then another thing we can do is just change the current value of the text view. And this one can be changed here. So let's put it 0 here. Okay, it is 0. Alright, so next thing you want to do in a calculator, most of the time the value is displayed on the right. Is it? Okay, so in order to do this one, you just you can go to the attributes, go to search, and search the attributes which is called text alignment. You see? So text alignment, you can choose, I don't know, from the left, from the right, doesn't matter. Okay, so we will just put on the right. So here's our text. Okay, let's increase the height a little bit. Let's make it not 30 but 50 density pixel. Okay. No, let's make it 35. 35. Okay, it is 35. Okay, and then if you want to, you see that this number is almost in the same line of the edge, so you might want to make some margin here. Okay, so in order to do this one, in Android we have a thing which is called padding. Padding, it's kind of an inner margin. So let's make it like 5 density pixel. So it should make some. Did it? Okay, I think it did. So let's change it to 10. Yeah. So here we have some margin, and now it looks a little bit more beautiful. Okay, so this is our display, okay? But apart from the display, we should have some buttons here. Okay, what happens if I put here button? So it just puts like this, but in the calculator, the button should look like in the rule of column and row, right? So if you put the second button here, it goes right to the bottom, right? Yes, right to the bottom. But the problem is because we set the orientation vertical, right? Every single element that will be added after this button will be at the bottom of this button. But how to solve this problem? In order to solve this, we can use another container which is called table layout. Okay, so we can just put here table layout. No, not tab layout, table layout. Where's the table layout? Layout, table layout. Just go here. Okay, we did put it here. So you see how he was aligned after this text view. You see? So which means that inside of this table layout, there will be our button listed in by the rule of column and row. Okay, so let's do this one. Here are table row, but before aligning the buttons, let's do the following. How many rows will we have? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's make it 4 for now, okay? Let's make it 4. So it will be like this one and like this one. So this is for adding something to the table row, okay? So remove this one and put it like this. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth will be like this. Okay, so this is our table layout. So another thing you might want to do is to add some buttons here. So let's try to add buttons. So button will be put it here. Okay, the next button will be put it here. Okay, here's the problem. So it didn't change anything. So buttons listed on top of each other. So the problem is that buttons are not aligned inside of the table row. So that's why we have to take these buttons. So let's add the third one. So let's add the third one, and then just take these three buttons. Take these three buttons. There's three buttons. Okay, cut them and put it inside the table row. Okay, and now if you go to design, they will be listed on one row. You see? Now this is something like the calculator, right? So except the fact that this should be changed to 1, this should be changed to 2, right? This should be changed to 3, right? Okay, so just like this, we just need to copy these three buttons and put it to the next row, next table row, and then put another three buttons to the next row and another three buttons to the next row. Okay? Alright, we have some problems here. So it says that duplicate ID already defined earlier in the layout mode, which means every component has an ID and the ID should be unique. So button 3, button 4, button 5, and then again button 3, button 4, button 5. Okay, so we have to change these values, right? So if this is a 5, this will be 6. You can change to whatever you want, but I just prefer the numbers. 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, right? Okay, so this is our buttons. Let's see. Okay, so this is something like calculator, but the values are not the same. Should be not the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then let's add, maybe here should be 0. Okay, here should be 0, and then let's add some operation like plus, and then the equal sign. Okay, this is something like calculator, but the only problem is that these buttons are not stretched out to the entire screen. It only takes like, I don't know, 10% of the screen, which is not attractive, right? So we have to like stretch it out to the entire screen. So in order to do this, on a table layout, we have something, some attribute which is called Android. I think it's called stretch columns, right? And you have to define how many columns should be stretched out. First column, second, and third column. Okay, if we go here, you see, our column is stretched out right now. But it's not stretched out through by the height. So it's stretched out by the width, but not by the height. So how to do by the height? So in order to do this, I think we need to put here something like Android weight, layout weight is 1. Okay. So here also Android layout weight is 1. If you see it does stretch out. Okay. And then the next row should be Android layout weight should be 1, and then the next one layout weight will be 1. Okay, if we see, okay, still not attractive, right? So buttons are in the same size, but there's a lot of space left here, so we need to stretch the button themselves. Okay, so I think to do this, we have something called match parent and the wrap content. So what's the match parent? Match parent will match to the entire container. Okay, so which means that here layout width will be stretched out to the entire container. You see, it is stretched out. you see? But the height is just wrap content, so give its original size. But I don't want that. I want the match parent also. If you go here, you see, it is stretched out right now. So let's put it to the all buttons. Here, 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 here. Oh, did I? Oh. Here, here also, here, and then here, here, and then here. We go to design. Okay, this is our amazing design, right? I don't think it's amazing. Okay, but it looks like something, right? It looks like some kind of a calculator, but the only thing that is the text size of the buttons are not like big enough, so we don't see it. So let's try to make the text size a little bit bigger. But there's a lot of buttons, so I don't want to change the size of them separately. Another thing you can do the following. Just select one button, second, third, oh my god, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. You can just select all of them. And then go to attributes, search for text size, see? Search for the text size and then change it to whatever you want, 20, maybe 25. Okay, you see? And now it looks like calculator, right? You can actually change the, I don't know, the style, make it italic or bold and other stuffs. Okay, so this is our calculator. Okay, let's try to change the text size of the display. 25, let's make it bold. Alright, looks like something. Okay, so from now on, our design is ready. Our design is ready, and now we would want to make the logic, right? So for example, if I click here 1, 2, 3, the number 1, 2, 3 must be showed here. And then if I press plus, this number should be disappeared, and then we just select the second number and then click the equal. It should display as the result. Okay, so it's the simplest calculator that we can build. Okay. Okay, so on the next video, I will show you how to do the logic. Maybe not the best logic, but I will show you something that will eventually give us some result. Okay, so